beautiful, beautiful boss babes. I am so grateful to have you guys here. This podcast has been it's been in the works so for a couple of years now. I actually bought my microphone to start my podcast in 2018. But things kind of took a turn when I was casted for Love is Blind. So, 7 weeks without doing anything except for focusing on love and relationships and all of that, my business altogether took a back seat. And but for all the right reasons. It was a profound experience that I went through. But some of you only know me from the show, and you don't know me before the show. I've always just been this like very positive, upbeat person. But I will say this, after recognizing from working with a mindset coach myself and other mentors, is that I think I was voiding things out. I was constantly in this go, 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 do, do, do. There were a lot of what I know now today as being limiting beliefs, fears, stories surrounding burnout, overwhelm, success, even what love is supposed to feel like and look like for a relationship. And so I was constantly working all the time. I mean, I'll back it up just a little bit. When I was younger, I always wanted to be like, when people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up, Kelly? And I would say, I want to be an actress, a baby doctor, or a teacher. And I would say that things have come a little full circle now, because I feel like I've been on TV now, but also I do things like this. I show up on video, whether that's on my Instagram story or creating YouTube videos, or videos for my digital courses and programs, or Zoom meetings for my programs, live coaching calls. The whole doctor part, like I am helping to heal people every single day, whether it's through my content, my posts, people that I just talked to on the phone. There's some type of light that I share, because there's a gift inside all of us. And sometimes it just takes some things or people to tap into that light for us. And then we're like, whoa, this is what I meant to do, or this is what my purpose in life is, or this is how I'm supposed to be showing up in this world. And anyway, so I feel like I do that now. So yeah, I'm starting to heal the world. I start to heal a lot of other people as I've gone through my own healing experience, and I continue to heal every single day. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm an expert in certain things, but I'm not saying like I'm like the it about everything. So I'm constantly learning. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find another room. That's what the experts say. So anyways, and then teacher. I teach people every day. I educate women, and there are some men out there that follow me and probably listening in and watching this video that could say that I have shined a light in their life as well. And I've educated them. I brought awareness to parts of them that may needed to heal. As far as strategy goes with business, helping these women figure out like their launch strategy for their programs, figure out exactly like, okay, if I need to do this X, Y, and Z for like what I need to do X, Y, and Z for my business so that I get to where I really want it to go. And the thing about being a business and mindset coach, which is what I've evolved into after Love is Blind, because I had worked with my own business and mindset coach, and I was like, I have to do this. But being in that business and mindset space, what I learned myself was that we can't just depend on strategy alone. And this is kind of metaphorical with everything in life. If we did everything that people told us to do, whether it comes with our health or whether it comes down to our relationships, love and dating, if we only base it on strategy, if we only base it on what people told us to do or what Google told us to do, this is how to love someone, this is how you should date, then I feel like maybe that's what the world has been doing. We've been trying to do it based on strategy alone versus the actual mindset piece of everything. And that's where I'm tying it all together. So there does have to be strategy, but there also has to be the mindset work, which goes so much deeper into our deep-rooted stories, our limiting beliefs, our fears, which significantly impact our self-love and our self-worth. And that's why, over the years, I didn't really know what Chase Life with Kelly, the brand, the image, the name, I didn't even know what it like really meant until probably over this last year. Really honing in on my alignment, showing up in my power, in my boundaries, stepping into those more and more, and just making those connections myself through the deep rooted healing work that I have endured myself. So, but before I got there, before I, transitioned into business and mindset coaching, I was a health coach. But before that, I worked 9 to 5. So I worked some office jobs, but then I always had this belief, this story that in order to be successful, you need to work really hard for your money. And I can be the first to say, if you've never heard this before, that is a lie. That's a crock of bullshit. Okay. Because I make a significant amount of money and I don't feel like I'm working hard. It's not exhausting anymore. I don't drive myself to burnout. And there was a point in my business that I was starting to reach that burnout. And it was immediate. I was like, I have to hire help. I need someone to help me with strategy. I need to hire a team to help me do the things that are going to take away my joy, my spark, so that I can fully show up in my zone of genius and actually show up for the people in the way that the world needs me. Right. But yeah, I was my whole entire 20s. I mean, since graduating college up until the age of like 33, I was stuck in these behaviors of burnout, and not just in corporate life, not just in the career world and business world. I got my health coaching certificate in 2013, actually, from IIN, Institute for Integrative Nutrition. It was, best thing that I had ever done at that point. They set you up to become an entrepreneur. I didn't know that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had no idea that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't know what I wanted to do because, like I said, as I was growing up, the 3 things that I thought I wanted to be were kind of redirected from me. And I didn't. I got a fashion merchandising degree, never did anything with it. And I had been in sales and account management since. So it's okay. Everybody has their own journey. Some go through challenges and they keep going through challenges and hardships, and life feels hard. Relationships feel hard. They aren't living a fulfilling life. They don't feel like they even have a purpose. There's so many different things and time frames. I feel like because of the situation, the experience that I've been in is that God, source, universe continued to put things in my path, but I wasn't ready to see them yet. I wasn't ready to hear the messages. And therefore, maybe it took me 12, 15 years to figure out what my purpose was, where my light really needed to shine, my boundaries even. And I'll go into that. And you'll hear more about that on the podcast because I do go into love, dating, and relationships, and a lot deeper. And obviously, if you have a chance to take one of my courses, Goddess Magic in particular, then you will see just how our deep-rooted stories, limiting beliefs, fears, create behaviors that result in our burnout, in our overwhelm, in shame, in feeling guilty, in feeling like we're not enough, in attracting the same men over and over and over again, the same type of men, the guys that aren't showing up for us, things like that. Love. I started my personal development journey because in 2017, I guess a year before that, I had started working for an all audio based fitness app, and the members of the app were reaching out to me like, oh my gosh, through your workout, you're changing my life. I'm feeling so much better about myself. I have so much more confidence. And it was all about the feeling, right? And I was like, something's missing. Like I'm doing the fitness app. I'm a health coach. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm bartending. I'm working promotions. I'm doing all the things. And like nothing was like moving forward. I was making more money, and I was able to like go on trips and, wine and dine with my friends and that kind of thing. But I was exhausted. I was absolutely so exhausted and so burnt out. And I was like, there has to be a better way. I also fell into a intimate relationship that was not serving me at that time as well, like 2016-ish time. Had feelings for someone and they didn't have them back for me. But we had already crossed the line a couple of times. And it was a really hard situation for me. So yeah, summer of 2017, I was like, there's so much more in life for me. And what I'm doing is not working in every way. What I'm doing is not working. My career is not lighting a spark within my soul. There's these members through this fitness app who are lighting that spark in my soul. And I just don't know what to do to like really pursue what that spark is and tap into that, because I'm constantly going and going and going, constantly in this like masculine hustle energy. And I need a break. I need a break. I need a break from it all. Obviously, what I'm doing in my love life is not working either, because what happened, guys, I was like year after year, it seemed like I was just like constantly like Monday through Thursday, I was like hustling and grinding. I would wake up at like 5 a.m., go work out, teach spin classes, go to work all day, come home, be making playlists for the fitness app, maybe having health coaching consultations, like while I'm like trying to like shovel my dinner down my throat. It was a lot. It was so much. It was so much. And then on the weekends, I would completely disconnect. I use that term, disconnect, quotes around it, because that's exactly what I was doing. I didn't now in hindsight, that's what I knew I was doing. At the time, I had no idea that's what I was doing. I mean, yes, I would say that. Like, I remember my sister would be like, hey, Kel, come work on something with me on like a Saturday. And I'm like, nope, I've been working all week. I am not working on anything else. I just want to go have fun, be around my friends, socialize, and disconnect. And that's what I would do. But it was every weekend, and it was a constant cycle. I mean, I remember like on Sundays, Sunday scaries being a thing. Yeah, it was the thing. And it got more aggressive that last like year that I was at my corporate job. Like, I was like, oh my God, I haven't gotten anything done this weekend because I've been hungover or feeling guilty because I made a poor decision last night. Like, just, it wasn't good. Right. So pulled the plug. July 2017, I decided to leave my last 9-to-5 job and pursue just this journey. I went on a solo trip to Colorado. Great, wonderful, beautiful experience. I did recognize that I was showing up a little bit into my like falling into some of the love and dating relationship patterns still. And 2018, like the end, I was like, I gotta figure this out, right? So 2018, I started reading personal development books. Which I think I had read one, the life-changing magic of tidying up. I actually did read that one in 2017. And I was like, wow, things that spark joy in your life, that's what you should keep. And things that don't, you should let go of. So I guess that book kind of encouraged me to let go of my 9-to-5 job and the routine and the cycle that I was on. Like, I read so much further into that book. It was like a metaphor for everything in life, right? So yeah, so I dove into personal development and personal development, empowering podcast. I came across Angie Lee. She was probably one of the first people that I really like resonated with. She was a marketing guru, like fitness expert, fitness and nutrition expert, turned into like she was a health coach. And then she turned into like a marketing guru, helping people with business strategy in their niche and really scaling their business that way. And creating digital courses. So for passive income, I didn't really know what the passive income was at that point. So I was like, okay. So I decided to whip out a credit card and invest in Angie Lee's mastermind that she held in 2018. And that was just absolutely profound. I met so many incredible women in that program that we are still really good friends to this day. Like, there's a lot of us that are still really good friends. One of the girls being the girl I hired to be my business and mindset coach a few months later. But in that time of me going through Angie Lee's mastermind, and the return on investment, I made 3/4 of the amount back that I had invested while I was still in her program. It was absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to Miss Angie Lee. But yeah, she had some co-coaches in there, one being Erin. So like I said, I hired Erin because Erin and I had a very similar story. And just the way she taught, I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, just being in this different energy, allowing yourself to be open to receive that your life should be more fun and playful and pleasurable. And it wasn't strategy. It was like the energetics of the strategy. It was the energetics behind everything, the mindset shifts. And I was like, I need that. But in between here is when we started filming Love is Blind. And that was a radical experience. Loved every second of it, but also it was extremely emotionally charged. My brain like felt like it like blew up after we got done filming. I was also in, there were some love relationship wounds. Again, looking back, now I know that's what they were. I had a lot of healing to do in my love life. And that's why things didn't work between Kenny and I. That's how I feel things didn't work, because I was not in my power. I was not this confident girl that I thought I was, because I had done 8 months of personal development work. I wasn't. That was a whole journey that I had not even explored really yet. So hired the business and mindset coach. She did so much for my mindset. We tapped into those past relationship wounds, the inner child wounds. We went deep into my deep-rooted stories as to why pleasure was not a thing in my life, that I found pleasure in drinking and alcohol. And that's, because I remember someone asking me like, oh, what do you like to do for fun? And I just remember being like, I have no idea, like drinking with my friends. I remember the guy like turning, like looking like, okay, like that's so shallow. Like that's like the worst response ever. Like that's how I felt. Like, although he didn't say that to me, he just kind of gave me the look like, no, that's cool. Okay. Not. Anyway, so, that was kind of like a pivotal conversation too for me. That stemmed, provoked all of this too. But yeah. So as I was going through business and mindset coaching with Erin Nicole Porter, I was like, holy crap, I don't want to talk about nutrition and fitness anymore. I want to do this. Like, I have to help people with their mindset. I have to go deep with women, because if you could provide such a life-changing experience for me, I have to provide this for someone else. She always said, create a ripple effect. And now I use that same terminology. I'm like, create a ripple effect. When you share your light, when you heal yourself, or when you start to heal yourself and you can share the light with someone else, that is creating a ripple. And that person shares it with their person. And it just keeps going and going and going. So boss babes listening in, I'm telling you all right now, tap into that light, share the light, let the fear, like take fear by the hand, because fear is always going to be with you. And no matter what stage that you're at in your entrepreneurship journey, you are going to experience fear. Some type of limiting belief is going to pop up, whether you're making $5 an hour or $5 million an hour. It doesn't matter. The fear is going to be there. But the more personal development work that you do, the more that you invest your money, time, and energy into working with coaches, mentors, strategists, consultants, the more that you do that, I promise you, you'll be able to shift that energy faster. You'll be able to be like, fear, I know you're here. Come on. Versus, oh my God, no, I don't think I can do that. I don't know if I can show up live on my Instagram right now. What if people judge me? What if people see me and they like think this about me? You are your greatest critic, right? But we're our greatest critic when we don't have a lot of self-love and self-worth. So that is what I help my people do. And that's what I hope my mission, the premise of this podcast, is to help people turn their challenges into triumphs, their darkness to light, their hardships into victories, their messes into successes. And I have such incredibly inspiring guests that I'm going to have on this show that have done just that. And so I want them to, just one, share their light with you, but also just pave the way to let you know that there's all of these people that I'm going to be interviewing. They have so much to offer, and they're going to pave the way for you to be like, you're right. I too can have that. I too can turn my messes into successes. And I promise you will. I promise you will. You just got to lean into the discomfort, take the fear by the hand and be like, let's go. It's a party and we're showing up, right? We're showing up. We're going to be the center of attention in this party. But yeah, I have endured struggles. I did get myself into $30,000 worth of debt at some point, was able to pay that off within a year and a half. Just because I shifted so many things. I mean, from working with Erin to working with other mentors along the way after that. I mean, there's been so many incredible people that I am going to have on this podcast. You will hear from these women and men who have changed my life in so many different ways. And I know they're going to radically make some shifts in yours. And hopefully maybe one day you have an opportunity to work with these individuals as well, if not myself. But they have definitely, like I said, they have just turned so much, you know, a lot of us, when we look to people and we're like, oh, they're like in so much a different, you know, position than we were or than we are, you know, maybe there's like multimillionaires or these people that seem to like have it all, or they have this like amazing, incredible relationship. Well, guess what? All of these people didn't start with that. They weren't born millionaires. They had challenges and they've endured a lot of hardship. So, you know, like I said, I've gone from $30,000 of debt to also having an unfulfilling career, to also having people pleasing behaviors. For a long time, I had that. Like, I wanted to show up because I wanted to please people all the time. Like, and I didn't realize that. I didn't know that that was subconsciously even happening. But the thing is like, I didn't even know who I was because I was doing so much for other people. I was showing up in these behaviors constantly, and with guys too, you know. So my whole like dating, love, and relationship life, it was me, well, because of some past traumas, more or less, but I just wanted to be loved and accepted and feel loved and accepted. So I would let down my boundaries to like conform to like what that person wanted of me. And they didn't want what I thought they even wanted. They wanted me to be confident. And that's why it didn't work. You know, that's somewhat of why it didn't work, because I wasn't in my boundaries. Because when you're in your boundaries, when you are standing so solid in your boundaries, one of two things is going to happen. That person is either going to honor them and be like, fuck yeah, she's awesome. Her energy is just so strong and so sturdy, so graceful also. And she just has this like electric feel about her. Or two, they're going to be like, she's not my person. They're not ready for your boundaries. They're not ready for your confidence. They're not ready for you. And that's okay too. But I was not standing in my boundaries for a really, really long time. And all of my friends would tell me, Kelly, you're so worthy of such a great guy. You deserve so much better. Stop dating these assholes, you know? And I'm like, I was treating myself that way. The revelation is how we treat others is how we're treating ourselves, more or less. So if I wasn't honoring boundaries because I wanted to feel loved, I looked for the external to fill the love inside of me versus filling the love inside of me myself. And even after I started this personal development journey, yeah, it still was there. Like I said, I had not healed those wounds with Kenny. I mean, when I was like going through the show, and even, I will say this even, and again, you'll hear about this on the first few episodes, because I do divulge into this a little bit, but God tested me with a huge test, a relationship over the last year that really, I learned so much about myself. I learned that space really is necessary for ultimate healing. And space allows you to recognize, bring awareness to what's not serving you and what hadn't been serving me, and be like, there's so much more peace within me right now, you know, because of what I've learned from that relationship. You know, like I said, it was a test. Basically, I thought that I was healed after working with Aaron. I thought that I was healed in my love and relationship world. And then God was like, let's see if you really are. And so it put this person in my life, and I totally let down my boundaries, totally discarded them, and wasn't showing up for myself. Wasn't showing up as my best self in that relationship, which means I wasn't showing up for my best self for me in my relationship with myself. So there was a lot of just challenges and heartache, and it was just exhausting. And like I said, burnout. We can feel burnout in any area of our life. It doesn't just have to be with our career or our business. So anyways, new evolved woman this year, 2020, was like such an incredible year for me. I stepped into my boundaries, stepped into my power. And that's another thing you will recognize. And a lot of online coaches probably feel this if you're listening in. Sometimes you'll be preaching to some of your clients about something, and then you'll realize that you yourself have not been doing the thing. And it's, you know, you're being a stereotype. You're contradicting exactly what you're saying. You're not really fully in alignment with who you want to be when you're doing one thing and saying another. So I recognized while I was coaching girls this year, I was like, I'm not in my power. I'm not in alignment because I'm not doing what I'm telling them to do, what I'm coaching these girls to do. So I had to do the work. I was like, I need to be in alignment because nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. as you become more you, as you tune into you, as you become more authentically you and tune into who you want to be, do, and have, you're going to have it all. But if you're not in alignment with who you want to be, do, and have, you're not. Those things it's going to be really hard to attain those things. So 2020 was a year of awakening, grand healing for me. And I hope that you will find the lessons in 2020 as well. But now we're in 2021, and I am so grateful that you're here. That was a piece of my journey. If we had a coffee chat, of course, it would probably take us hours and hours and hours upon hours to share my deep stories with you guys. But if you're in my energy, you stay on this podcast, you continue to listen here, tune into my YouTube channel, as well as just, be a part of my life, whether that's just following me on Instagram, being a part of the Chase Life with Kelly community on Facebook, as well as, like I said, working one-on-one with me or in Goddess Magic in my programs, all of that. Like you'll get to know me and you'll understand that we're very, very similar. We can relate on many topics, probably most specifically in love, dating, and relationships. And, all of those deep-rooted stories, people pleasing, rejection, codependency, even. There's a lot. So I am so excited to have you all here. You are all incredible individuals. Please don't ever let anyone think anything different, or don't allow others' thoughts to make you think anything different. I am proud of you. I am so proud of you. I know that you needed to hear that today. So I am proud of you. I love you. And I am so excited and grateful that you're here. Welcome. And yeah, it's time to chase life with Kelly. Yay! Thanks, guys.